So these are, this funny that way. These are all the Touch for Health Level 2 muscles that we're going to be doing with the correction and applications that we're learning about wheel balancing and 5-element balancing as well. So this is a demonstration. Okay, so we're going to do some pre-test and use circuit locating for that. So first we're going to do the accurate indicator muscle. Hold like this, meet my pressure. Okay, and hold again, meet my pressure. And hold again. Okay, and we've asked already permission, we've educated, all the things on the list of our questionnaire. We took some testing maybe, looked at her posture, you know, asked her questions about any pain in her body. So we've done all that, okay? And so now we'll do the zip up and zip down for the central. So zip down, hold, okay? And then zip up 3 times, and then hold again, okay? And then circuit locate for also the switches, so hold there, okay? And then hold here, just below, there, and then hold again, okay? And just behind the coccyx one, and hold like that, okay? And just tug your hair a little bit, and hold like that. Okay, so that's hydration. So we did switches, hydration. So now we're ready to test her. So now I'm going to go and use the level 2 muscles, okay? So, but first we're doing the central and governing are the same, meridians. So the supraspinatus, hold, okay? And supraspinatus, relax there, goes this way here. So hold like that again, okay? Hold again, there you go. Okay, and then we do the teres major muscle, which is related to the governing meridian. So yeah, move to the side, and relax it all the way. And I'm gonna pull up this way, okay? And then move to the other side. And how does it feel? Is it walking?
That's good.
Okay, and it's there, like that, a little bit more. Okay. And then just relax for a second. I'm going to be moving in this direction here. So meet my pressure, okay, and then just move to the middle again. Okay, so now we have the stomach meridian ones. So we have the anterior neck flexors, and if you wanted to follow in your book, that's fine, or you have that sheet, that's fine too. Those are in standing position. So the neck flexors, we're going to get her to lift her head, but we're going to assist her a little bit. And we're not going to push really hard down because necks are fragile. So we have to take that in consideration. And always have her hands off her body too. So I'm going to just show you the direction of it. So relax. I'm going to be pushing back like that, but not very hard, okay? So meet my pressure. So I tell her to meet my pressure and relax it. So this way I get to engage her. Remember the push hands technique where we got to feel where we should be at with pressure. So now I'm going to have her turn to 10 degrees and now lift up. Okay, I'm going to push the same direction straight down and relax. And I'm going to have her turn to 45 and then up and meet my pressure. Okay, I'm still going down straight and relax. Okay. I'm bringing her right down, turning her instead of up, turning. There's a lot of neck muscles being used there. So 10 degrees up and meet my pressure and relax. And then turn this way, 45 degrees up and meet my pressure. Okay. I think the book might just have 45 degrees, but I tend to use the different angles there. So now we did the front muscles of her neck flexors. You flex the neck. So this is the brachioradialis muscle of still the stomach meridian. So the action, it goes, relax it, it goes straight down. The action, it goes straight down, okay? So meet my pressure, okay? So my arms are long enough, I can kind of reach her a little bit, or else you go on the other side, you know, meet my pressure, okay? Or I would just do it like this too. I don't need to stabilize that muscle that much, and relax. So that's the stomach meridian muscles of Touch for Health Level 2. So then we do the one for the spleen meridian, which is going to be the middle and lower trapezius muscles. So this one here, you kind of want to have them off the table a little bit so they can extend just slightly, you know? So then they can just relax down this way. So I'm going to be pushing up in this direction. So this middle trapezius. I'm going to stabilize her here, meet my pressure. Okay, so she unlocks. Okay,
Oh,
so I'm going
Joe, there's something funny going on here.
It fuzzes?
Yeah.
That's okay, it's still showing okay. You're gonna whack the machine once in a while. So, hold like this, okay, this is the lower trapezius, and meet my pressure, okay? So she's unlocking on both of those. Let's go on the other side. Okay. Okay. It's funny though, right? Okay, so then this is the middle trapezius. She extends back because it shortens the muscles in the back. And so then I want her to move in this direction here. So I ask her, okay, meet my pressure, okay? And then here, I'm gonna go up and relax in this direction. That's the lower trapezius muscle, and meet my pressure, okay? And then come to the center. So now we found her right side, R, and minus on her spleen meridian part, R right, like R right, yeah. Or just put an R beside the, yeah, that's good. So we know on the right side, and it was just those two muscles there, but at least we know it's that meridian.
Okay.
And so either you mark down middle or lower, but it's both of them, so I'm not gonna mark it down. Okay, so now we go to the heart meridian. So basically, it's the same muscle, relax, no, you can see that.
Okay.
Yeah. And just relax your arm, let go, okay, like this. And then I'm gonna go up in this direction. I stabilize her here, and I say, meet my pressure, okay. This one here is a little bit far from me. So then, same thing, relax. This is subscapularis, and related to heart meridian, and meet my pressure, okay. So then the next one is the rectus abdominis. This is your abs, your abdominal muscles. So how we do this, bend your knee, and some people can't do this, so you have to figure out other ways, like sitting down, basically sitting down or standing. So she's going to cross, she's going to elevate herself off the table a little bit, so she can be in a little higher, more upright position like that, okay? So now, if she can hold herself up like that with her hands crossed in front of her, and if she can't, the abdominals are weak already, okay? So we want her a little bit lower so we can isolate the abdominals more. So the action is that we're pushing straight down this way, and I'm holding her here. People have different ways of doing it, but I found this crossing effect, I have better advantage. Okay, and if they have a watch on and stuff, be careful of that. You should actually have everything off. So meet my pressure. Okay, so she's unlocking with, are you sorry there with that? Yeah, so she had a watch on, so maybe I felt something there. Was that bothering you when I was testing it? Let's try it again. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's okay. Okay, so she thinks that maybe the watch might have short-circuited her. Okay, let's just see if that's really true. You know? Okay. I didn't think so. It's a small watch. Okay, so now we have the abdominal muscles, right, related to the small intestines. So we go to small intestines and put down abdominals. So it's just put minus, because abdominals are bilateral. At the same time, if you could go to this chart here, and right above the spleen one, write R minus, and here write minus, because we're using two charts at the same time, because we want to see which one we're going to use at the end. Now we have the bladder meridian, which is the sacrospinalis muscle. This is a fun one. Turn on your stomach. This uses a lot of your muscle, your whole spine. Sacral, spinalis, and relax your head down, and your arms to your side. Okay, put your head sideways over. Okay, so you're going to have your hands like this. Okay, you can have just one. So what she's going to do, I'm going to test one side. I'm going to ask her to look at me. So to turn to the right and try to look at me. At the same time, she's going to lift up like this. I'm going to stabilize her on this side, and my action is to push down, and relax, push down this way. Okay? So look up towards me, try to hold. Meet my pressure. Okay, so she's hold on again, and then meet my pressure. Okay, it's locking pretty good, but she's got a 2-inch marker there. Now I can go on the other side, but hold like this, and keep turning your head there if you can. Okay, oh yeah, I remember, okay. Okay, so she's locking. Which side was locking more? Or were they both?
This locked better.
Yeah.
But I have shoulder problems now.
Okay, so she was unlocking on the other side. It felt a little mushy, wasn't firm enough, so I will give it an unlocking, and she has some issue there. You can turn on your back now. So the right side, the bladder meridian, lift up your head there. And then on this side here too, our right. So here, the wheel, we're following the actual wheel, the 24-hour clock here when we're testing. This one's a little different. Okay, so now we have the iliacus muscle for the kidney meridian. So you bend like this and relax your leg. So I'm going to turn it like this a little bit. Just hold it there for a second. And what I'm going to do is push it in this way, okay? So I'm trying to be above, the pressure above her, because she's not holding up her leg, and I found myself holding up for her. So I should assist her here a little bit. So I'm going to ask her to hold out like that. I'm stabilizing her knee. And I'm not going really hard, because you always have to be careful of the knee, and meet my pressure. Okay? So the action was relax. So I'm coming on this side. I can just move on the other side, but for me, I'm okay like this. I'm pushing this way, and I'm stabilizing her and relax it. Let go of it, I mean. I'm going to pull in this way. Okay, so she's holding out, meet my pressure, and I tap her so she's present with me at the same time. It's a little thing I do. Okay, so the iliacus muscle seems to be holding. That's related to kidney meridian. So now we do the circulation. It's related to piriformis. Okay, so we just did one that was like this. Well, we're going to do one that's like this. So have your hands to your side. So if they have their hands on their stomach, they potentially might be holding acupressure, holding neurovascular points or neurolymphatic points. So they may skew the test. So the action is the same position, a different position, but same like bending of the knee and relax it. So I'm going to be pulling her this way. Okay. So hold like this, meet my pressure. Okay, and let go. How did that feel? Locked. Okay. So hold like this. I'm going to be pulling out. Okay. I can switch to the other side, but it's comfortable for me. Meet my pressure. Okay. So iliacus is out, and piriformis is the position of it is inwards. Okay. And so we have the adductors as well for the circulation. So some people you might have seen in this position where they're pulling out the leg. That might be fine for some. I don't mind to be into a cross position like this, my back supported, and so just relax. And then I'm moving her like this. You can choose which one you like. So I'll do this one for now, this way. So I'm going to be pulling her, stabilizing this one, and pulling this one. Meet my pressure. Okay. So then I'm going to do this side. I'll do it a different way. So the action is relax. I'm going to push out this way. Okay, that's the adductor muscles inside here. And meet my pressure. Okay. So that was the circulation. Now we're doing the sartorius muscle, which is related to the triple warmer. Okay. So this is this muscle here moves in this direction. You ever sit like this with a 4? So the Taylor's muscle, they call this. But the action that we'll have is to push this way and down. So we wanted to straighten it. So I tell her, try to keep your leg in this position and meet my pressure. Okay. Hold again. There we go. Okay. So I'll switch sides because I'm not as coordinated. So hold like this and then meet my pressure. There. Okay. So that locked. Okay. Now we have the gallbladder. That's the popliteus muscle. There's different ways of doing this muscle. I tend to do this on their stomach. It's easier, but it is convenient to do it while they're on their back, because you don't get the person to move around a lot. So basically, it's an action of actually holding like this, and then I try to straighten her leg, her whole leg, right? So hold this position, okay, like this, and then meet my pressure, okay? So I'm going in almost like that Taylor one, or Sartorius, but not really. It's more the action is from the lower leg. We can do it on the stomach. Turn on your stomach. Where she's turned in like this, and then what I do is I just try to open her up like this, like rotate. So hold this position like that, and then meet my pressure. Okay. But if people have ankle problems, you might have difficulty with this one as well. So there's variations that I've seen over the years of this. But you're testing the locking mechanism, or the muscle that's related to the locking mechanism, the popliteus in the knee. People have knee problems, it's a really good one to do. And then relax there, and hold like this. Okay. So the action is, I'm moving this way. Okay. And then relax, and turn on your back. So now that was the gallbladder meridian, the popliteus muscle. So now we're doing the liver meridian, which is related to the rhomboids. Okay. So what I get people to do is I get them just to squeeze the shoulder blades together at the same time. This way we activate that muscle a little bit, and she contracts it. And then what I do is I'll show you on that side. Meet my pressure, and then pull out. Okay. And she looks like she's having a shock or something like that, right? So you can tell them to relax in between if you want to. So you hold like this, and so the action is, and relax it, I'm pulling straight out, okay? So hold here, meet my pressure, okay? So that's the rhomboids for the liver meridian. So now we're doing the deltoids. The deltoids are related to the lung meridian, okay? So the action is straight down, like that, okay? And meet my pressure, okay? Hold again, okay? So this one unlocks, or does it?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
okay.
If she has pain in the shoulder, so
That's
if she has pain and she says, oh, that's painful, just bringing it there, then take it as an unlocking. So we have the right deltoid. Let's see if this one comes to hold like this. So the action is, relax it. I'm going down like this, okay? And meet my pressure. Okay, that locks. So the right side unlocks of the lung meridian. So R minus, okay? And then you put down lung, R minus. Use your minuses here too. And then we'll get into that later, because the minus tells us under energy. So now we have the quadratus lumborum muscle that's related to large intestine. So we're going to have her like this. This muscle here, quadratus lumborum, is actually going to shorten. So that's what we're testing here. I'm going to stabilize her here on her hip. I'm going to get underneath. And so I'm going to just relax it. I'm going to pull her this way, like that. Okay? But I'm using my, I'm not using my back to pull her. So you have to be careful. So meet my pressure. Okay? And then have her on this side. I can do it on this side too and push. But I tend to do it this way. Okay? And then meet my pressure again and hold. Okay? So the action is relaxing, is to push her back into their center. Okay? So now we've done is tested all the muscles. We didn't do any corrections yet. Isn't that great? So now we're going to do some corrections for what we found. So I'm just going to take a look.